Hi guys, how you guys doing today? So for today's video is more of just some tips that I'm going to hand off to you guys to make your experience with Android a little bit more safer and secure. So I'm going to start off with the first tip, which is always be mindful of where you download your applications. Now, so the safest place that I would recommend anyone to download an application from would be the Google Play Store, because everything is screened and verified on there. Now, I'm not going to say it's 100% foolproof, guaranteed, because there are a few apps that do slip through the cracks, but Google monitors applications on their Play Store, and therefore, once it's found, it's removed off the Play Store from it being downloaded. So the security is kind of preset there for you guys. Also, read carefully what you are installing, and if it means taking the time to read what the app permissions requires, do so. It's not going to kill you. Taking time to read that will actually give you a better understanding of what you're downloading, and if it requires certain permissions that you're not comfortable with, you can always find an alternative application that is similar to the one you're wanting to download that may not require that specific permission. But always read, and it's very simple. When you click to install, it has that pop-up. Scroll through the pop-up, scroll through it, see what permissions it's going to require to run that application. And it's not like technically a black and white type thing. So there is gray areas, like there'll be certain applications that require permission, and it's not like it's going to spy on you or it's going to activate your camera and look at you. There may be something within the camera app that it requires, and therefore it needs the camera permission or the microphone permission, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to run that part of your device and do some malicious stuff. But always check the permissions before you download an application and make sure you know what you're downloading. Downloading apps from third-party sources or from the internet, like any place like apkrelease.com or any of that stuff, sometimes can be very tricky. But however, when you are going to download, especially if you're using Google Browser, a little pop-up at the bottom is going to show you if the application could be harmful, so at least you'll get some kind of warning right there. But always read. That is like the major thing. Other things you can do to secure your Android device, and this is for the anti-theft side of it basically, is that there are several applications you can download that will track your device. One of the best ones is Cerberus, which I did a review on, I think last year, and you guys can go check that video out on how Cerberus runs. But basically, you download, install the app onto your device, and then from your computer you can track it, you can lock it, you can wipe the phone and all that good stuff. In case you ever misplace it, or if someone stole it from like your backpack or something, say whatever, you can lock your device. There is another one which is Android Device Manager, and I kind of like that one too, but it lacks a few features that Cerberus has, like the ability to take a picture, which I've done with my devices using Cerberus, just to test it out, that if you input a wrong code or a wrong pattern code, it will snap a photo of whoever's looking into it. So of course, you know, if you're over there like on your screen just trying to input a code and you get the wrong code, that front-facing camera is going to snap a photo. But if your phone doesn't have a front-facing camera, that feature is not going to work for you. So Android Device Manager, that one's actually pretty neat too. I like that one. I have it on my tablet here because I use that one with most of my devices, and it functions great. It basically gives you a map. Well, I don't know if you guys can see that. It gives you a map of, like, you know, where your device is, with a proximity of like, say, 5 miles. This one's not totally accurate to where my phone is at, but it's right there. I can say that much without giving too much away. But it also works great too. Like if you misplace your phone in your house, you need to find it. If the volume's on, you could just simply tap ring. It will ring the device 5 times, and then there's my phone ringing. There we go. So yeah, I mean, you can ring your device so you can find it, and also, like I said, it has maps and everything. You can lock the device remotely from like your tablet or computer or whatever. As you guys see, it has the option to lock the device. and you have the option to erase what's on the device. So if you know you're not going to be able to get it back, the person doesn't want to give it back, just wipe it, and all your sensitive data is gone. The last tip I'm going to give you guys is, I know some people like that swipe to unlock feature. You know, just swipe it and unlock it. That's cool. And if your device doesn't have a biometrics reader, which basically is fingerprint scanner, it would be wise to enter a PIN or even a pattern. PIN and pattern is great. Face unlock is not so great, even if they like have the feature where you have to blink in order for it to recognize that it's not a photo in front of it, but the actual person. It's still not all that great, especially because it's going to require good lighting and everything for it to work. So if you're like in a full out emergency or whatever, not super emergency where you're dying, where you just have to call 911 or whatever, but if you like need to like get a hold of your mom and dad or whatever, it's going to be really hard to do a face unlock just to get your phone opened up, so then that way you can place a call. But PIN and pattern, those two are always good. PIN, yeah, I mean, if people can figure out your special 4-digit PIN, you know, then they're going to get into your device. A pattern, it's going to take a while, so always try to come up with something a little quirky that you think, like, you know, it's not so easy to just guess on the first 5-10 guesses. Same thing with your PIN. Your PIN, you want to change your PIN number at least every 3 months so that it's not always the same. Basically, you're going to be changing it about 4 times out of the year. And that way, if people do get a hold of your 4-digit code, you can change it. But always change it to something that you know you're going to remember, but don't use things that's memorable, like that people can figure out, you know, they know you. So yeah, that's pretty much it as far as security tips for all you guys. If you guys like what I mentioned, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, so it helps me out. And yeah, I'm not subscribed, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. And best of luck as far as keeping your devices secure, because one thing that we can all say is that nothing is guaranteed secured. So you might as well take the extra initiatives to protect yourself from some of the most bad cases out there. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video. Thanks for watching. You guys are great. Love you guys. Take it easy.